moves on the secondary market. There is a new kid on the block, Anthem Biosciences. That stock is in focus. It has listed 28% premium to its issue price. To discuss the company's FY26 outlook and the plans after listing, the usage of IPO proceeds as well, we are joined by Chairman, MD and CEO Ajay Bhardwaj and CFO Gavir Beg. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you so much for joining in and patiently waiting by as well. Now that we are listed, we can talk about the future prospects as well. Mr. Bhardwaj, let me start with you first up. It has been a decent growth for the company going forward despite the challenging year that has gone by. If you can tell us what are the plans in terms of the growth in terms of revenue and EBITDA margins as well. FY22, we saw margins at around 47%. Do you think you'll get back to that, or the normalized margins will be around that 36% mark?
Well, thank you for having us on the show and good morning. We really not that much has changed since we spoke a few weeks ago with you. Our focus has to be on concentrating on our core strengths, that is adding more firepower to our new modalities like high potent peptides, RNAi, lipids, oligonucleotides. And we are continuing to do that. And we just feel that we have to set, given the type of business we are in, we have to what we have done the last 6-7 years is what's going to bear fruits this year, and we're in a very good position there. And as far as margins go, we are quite sure that we'll be able to maintain what we have delivered, and that's our endeavor going forward as well. That we have very healthy EBITDAs at the moment, around 36%. And that's what we endeavor to keep delivering on.
Okay, so margin sustainable at 35-36%. Just one question. You were one of the fastest companies to hit 1,000 crore in top line. Last year, you ended with a top line of close to about 1,800 crore, clocking in a revenue growth of 35%. You said that a lot of the work that the company has done over the last couple of years will bear fruit now. So going ahead, what would be the revenue growth, on an average, say for the next 2 or 3 years? Because you have, I believe, close to about 160 crore, 160 projects in the pipeline. So can we expect this 35% kind of a revenue growth for the next 3 years, sir?
Gavir, you want to take it?
I'll take that. See, historically, if you look at our numbers over the last 5 years, we have grown at about a CAGR of about 24%. Last 2 years, we have grown at 30% as well as 34% across FY23 to 24 and 24 to 25. What we've been doing over the course of this last 10 years is invest more on the new projects which comes in, and these new projects, as it moves across the phases from early phase to late phase, the quantities increase and we keep on supplying more and more batches to our customers. So that's been our endeavor. The numbers that you are seeing right now are coming in from the 10 commercial molecules what we have, plus about 160 projects which are in the early or the late stage development. Hopefully going forward in the future, there would be some molecules which will move from early to late and some molecules which will move from late to commercial, because that's been the probability of success in the drug discovery and development cycle, where the probability of success is about 80% for the late phase and it's lower for the early phase. So we'll continue to do what we've been doing so far, which is to do things differently as well as to do different things also. The pipeline that we have will actually lead our growth going forward. What we are aspiring to do is to deliver a similar growth number as we have delivered over the long-term horizon of the last 5 years, closer to about 20% plus. That's what we endeavor to deliver. And from a margins point of view, margin has been sustainable over the last 2 years at 36-37%, and we aspire to be in the same zip code of the 36 to 37% on EBITDA level and continue to deliver numbers in that zone.
So Gavir, 160 projects in all, early to late. Out of that, in late stage, I believe is 16. How many will move into commercial production, say by the end of this fiscal year or the next fiscal year? Do we have any timeline, something which is very close to completion?
There are 16 projects which caters to 10 late phase molecules, 10 phase 3 molecules. Typically, the industry-wide success rate is about 80% across phase 3 to commercial. As and when we come up with our first quarter results, we'll also give an update in terms of the molecules, the stages of the molecules, whether some of the 16 late phase projects corresponding to the 10 late phase molecules have moved or not. Typically, if you look at phase 3 or the projects which have been in the filing stages where the phase 3 results have been filed with the FDA for approval, it typically is an 18 to 24 or 20 or 30 months kind of a time cycle for any project to move from the late phase to commercial stage. So I would not comment on how many molecules are moving from phase 3 to commercial this year, but the horizon is what I could comment on because that's the industry-wide horizon.
Good morning. Thank you for joining in. And first,
compared to, sorry.
Please continue, sir.
No, I was saying that we have many shots on goal, and compared to what we had earlier. So we are very optimistic about the future. Things are much better. They're as good as today as they've ever been in Anthem's past.
So be that as it may, sir, but firstly, congratulations on the listing. It's a big day for you and your company. Gavir mentioned that you aspire to do things differently, but is the China plus one opportunity one of those things that you aspire to do differently? Because that has been a big talking point over the last couple of years for your industry as well as for a lot of other industries. And you'd mentioned in the previous conversation that you are trying to decrease the dependency on the China supply chain down. It's already below 20%. How lower can you bring that down to? And the fact that you are investing in facilities for catering to this demand, what is the kind of Capex plan that you have envisaged for this year?
So I'll take the first part of it, and then Gavir will tell you about Capex. Now, you see, the China plus one strategy that everybody's been talking about is basically comes from the the geopolitical situation in the world where people feel anxious about putting more of their eggs in the Chinese basket. Up until now, they have actually been the major player in the contract research, development and manufacturing business. But we are now clearly seeing signs that people are saying, I do not want to put in my second project in the same place again, or alternatively, when they have a first project going in, they have anxiety about going into China because you don't know what the future holds. So we are getting many more inquiries, and clearly that's panning out. But it's not like flipping a switch that it will happen tomorrow. It is, as I said, even anyway, the gestation periods in our business are long, and we are in that phase where we are seeing a lot of inquiries which will, going again by past history, migrate into future business. So yes, that's going to pan out in the next few years. And as far as Capex go, I think Gavir will clarify that.
Yeah, we've been investing on Capex across our entire Unit 2, Unit 3, and now we have started on the Unit 4 journey as well. Unit 4 is going to be a large project because from a size point of view, it will be as large as Unit 1 plus 2 plus 3 combined. Hopefully, we'll be giving out in our first quarter results some sense on what is our Unit 4 expansion could look like. But it's going to be a large project which is catered towards our growth going forward in 2028, 2029 onwards, because it's a greenfield project, so it will take about 2 to 2.5 years time to build and get constructed and be ready. By that time, our Unit 2 expansion, which is almost complete, and Unit 3, which is already also commissioned across phases from 24 to 25, will be firing revenues for us. Unit 4 could be in 2028 and 2029, and that's going to be a large Capex for us.
We take that point, gentlemen. Thank you so much, Mr. Bhardwaj and Mr. Baig, for joining us today and telling us the future plans. Look forward to more conversations about the company as well. We'll do one thing. We'll slip into a short break now. When we come back, we'll discuss what's buzzing in the commodity space with Manisha Gupta.